All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we talk about a very interesting topic, a question that I get asked all the time, and that is, Chris, what makes your top clients stand out from, the rest of the pack, right? Like what makes them different in terms of mindset, standards, processes, SOPs, operations, any secret tips and hacks that they might have, right? Very good question, actually. I mean, obviously, you want to see and learn from the best in the game, right? And you probably know it yourself. You feel like you've done everything right. You picked the product, you built the store, you set up Google Ads properly. It's maybe getting some traction. It's maybe profitable already for you. But there's this other guy, right? Seems like same niche, same platform, same Google Ads as you, right? Same campaign, same setup, kind of, maybe even the same media buyer, same agency, and somehow they're still doing more revenue than you, more profits, sometimes 10x, 20x, right? So it's like, what the hell are they doing differently? And it's a good question. And I do get the question all the time, and I think it's interesting. That's why I'm doing this video today, to dive into the real difference of it. But yeah, quick credibility check. Why do I have good insights to talk about that? Is because, we run Google Ads for hundreds of dropshipping stores for some of the biggest names in the game as well, right? We manage stores across different markets, US, Europe, UK, Netherlands, Germany, all the big markets as well. And we've generated over 200 millions euros, dollars both in revenue for our clients. And we have seen pretty much everything, right? All the mistakes, all the secret hacks, the things that work, the things that don't work, and most importantly, what separates the top 1% of the rest. And let me tell you that the gap between the best of the best and the rest is actually super, super small. It's the little things, and it might not be what you think. But first, before we check it out and dive into it, let's check out the beginner traps. Because first of all, we want to eliminate what beginners do and what beginners do wrong, right? Especially when it comes to Google Ads dropshipping, a lot of people who switch over from Meta ads have the Meta ads, Facebook ad mindset, right? They think it's about finding like this one winner, this one product, test a lot of creatives, spend weeks researching, launch it, and basically pray and hope, right, until something picks up. If it doesn't hit, the panic, they start to tweak everything, and you basically kickstart the whole process all over again, right, without making any significant progress. But the thing is, the top guys that operate on the highest level, they don't think like that. They don't work like that. They know one thing. Okay, in Google Ads dropshipping, most stuff just doesn't work out, right? Most products will fail. Shit, most stores will even die at some point, right? Or fail eventually, or will not meet the expectations. So they don't get attached to this one product and testing it endlessly, right? And like trying all over again, tweaking all the stuff. They know, and that's actually the main thing, right? They know it's a numbers game. They know you have to test a lot. You know you have to operate without emotions, that you need to have the processes in place and need to understand this principle. Google Ads is all about numbers game, right? Everything, the amount of stores you test, the amount of markets you test, the amount of products you test, different types of campaigns, even campaigns that, might be a little bit difficult, but you test everything. You test a lot of different things. It is a numbers game in the end. So that's the big mindset shift between the beginner and an expert, right? The beginner think, okay, I have one store, one market, one goal, one product, or like a couple of winning products. I need to make this work, right? They tweak all over again after a couple of hours, couple of days, right? They cannot even sit still for 3 days to test things, and therefore don't get anywhere, right? Everyone who does well with Google Ads dropshipping, all of my big clients, even if it's the brand, right? The brands, they have a different mentality. They have more of a portfolio mentality. Okay, 5 stores, 10 stores, 20 stores, right? They know, okay, some die fast, some will not pick up, some things or some tests, most of the tests actually will fail, right? Some stores you might sell them, some will hit big. Again, they know, and that's the key, right? They know it's a numbers game. You have more of a portfolio mentality, and maybe even only a small amount of your stores or a small amount of your products will actually scale really hard, right? But it's different. Like you don't obsess over like, okay, I have to make this one work. It's like, okay, it's a numbers game. I test this, I test this, I test this. Okay, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. That's a killer. Let's go, right? How can we make this better? And you keep testing. It's again a numbers game, right? Not getting emotional about things like that work or don't work. And I see that all the time, right? It's not it sounds very straightforward and very common sense, but it's actually not. Like the beginners, they bet their life, their whole life, their whole everything, right, on a single launch in a single store. They're like, okay, that needs to work now. If it does work, that's it. But you cannot afford it. You cannot have emotions or ego. It's just simple math, right? And that's pretty much it. To put it in a nutshell, it's about volume, right? It's a numbers game. And then the second biggest mindset shift is the speed gap. So everything a beginner does, or again, like they obsess over the little things, right? And then it takes them ages to do shit in the first place. All the top guys have insane processes. Again, they don't obsess over the little details. They know what matters and they get things done quickly and effectively, right? So the speed gap is insane. And I always say this, like if I look at my top clients compared to some of the beginners, right? Like the difference in how they move is insane. And yeah, granted, they might have more resources, more money, more employees and things like that. But it's not just that, it's also the mindset in general, right? Okay, like we test this, we test this, we test this. And there's a big difference actually. And I want to highlight that. It's an important difference when it comes to speed. They do have patience with the process, right? So they're not impatient with the process. That's the beginner side of things. They're very patient with the process because they know how it works. They know a lot of things will eventually fail and then some things will eventually hit big, right? So they're very, very patient with the process, but very impatient when it comes to execution of things, right? Testing this, getting that live, testing this. Okay, this doesn't work. Let's kill it. Let's sell it, whatever, right? So key statement here, very important. Patient with the process, because you know how it works in the end, right? So there is no doubt or no emotion with that. Little patience when it comes to execution and testing all those different variables, right? Beginners, the complete opposite. Beginners are very impatient with the process. They launch and they want to see some big numbers the next day, right? Completely irrational, completely stupid, to be honest. So completely the opposite, right? Impatient with the process and they lack in terms of execution. Again, those two variables, volume and speed, right? They lack that. Quite simple. Then putting mindset things aside, also in terms of operations, how does it look like? What do the top Google dropshippers or the top ecom brands do differently compared to beginners? All right, number one, they're not scared of the competition in general. So they go where the volume is, right? Big markets, verified, valid niches. So they don't try to find something that's completely new and nobody found out about it yet, right? And then you go in some random niche market. Because the thing is, and to be honest, again, it's a math thing, right? If nobody does it yet and nobody heard about it yet, there is no demand, and you go do some random small market in, I don't know, Cambodia or like whatever, right? Doesn't matter. It's probably more difficult to go there compared to do something that's verified already, right? So you want to go there where the volume is. In terms of markets, the big markets always work best. US, UK, Germany, Poland, Spain, France, all of these markets can work well, right? So like you don't go to super niche markets. It can work, but you will be capped in terms of scalability, right? So there might be less competition, but there's also less demand overall, right? But in the end, it's up to you. Both can work, but you will see bigger numbers where big volume is, right? Makes sense. Quite simple. And then again, in terms of operations, you test at insane volume. You don't just test one product, one market, one store. If you want to hit it big, right? If you want to increase the probability of success, you test at insane volume. That's key. And then, like I mentioned before already, you have systems for everything, right? So that's, again, a big difference between a beginner and an expert. In every niche, in every area of business, you have proper systems, right? You have proper SOPs. You don't second guess on how to do things, when to do things. If you have proper systems in place, it also allows you to be, what I said before, right? Be patient with the process. Then emotions cannot creep in because you have a very standardized process on how to do things. And you stick to that regardless, right? Because you know it works. So you have SOPs, you know how to do things, you know who is responsible for what, And that's it. You have systems for everything. And then last but not least, like we said, patient with the process, but impatient with execution. So you also like move quickly, you also kill stuff fast, right? Not based on emotions, based on data, based on the input that you get. So if you see something is not working, you don't try to force it, you don't try to overthink it, you don't, I don't know, redesign your website for the third time, you don't switch to the fifth agency in 3 months, right? If something doesn't work, you don't overcomplicate it. You want to find out, of course, okay, what's the limiting factor there, right? But in the end, you move on. Like we said, you test more things. There are a lot of black box variables you cannot control in the end, right? On Google Ads side of things, the algorithm, for example. There might be some other things. Like in the end, there are a lot of different factors. And again, you don't want to overcomplicate things, right? Also in terms of products, if it's like, oh, I see this guy's scaling with the product super hard. Well, if it doesn't work for you, don't overcomplicate it. There are other winning products as well, right? There are thousands of winning products. So focus on what works for you. You kill stuff fast if it doesn't work, and you test a lot more anyway. All right, let me put that in a quick summary again. So to summarize, like the top guys in the space, they are not necessarily smarter than you, not luckier than you. They don't have any secret hacks, right? It's quite simple. There are a couple of key things that I mentioned in the video, but let me summarize it again. So the first thing is volume, right? They test things in 2 weeks that you don't test in 6 months. Second aspect of that kind of goes hand in hand with the volume as well, is speed, right? If you want to test a lot, do a lot in a short period of time, you need the speed factor. So we have more volume, better base, more tests, more launches, more output, more attempts in the end, right? So the math takes care of the rest. Volume negates luck, right? The math takes care of itself. Like the more you test, the higher the probability of succeeding. It's quite simple. It's about being rational. It's about having processes in place, cutting emotions out of it, right? Like I said before, patient with the process, impatient with execution. So volume, speed, those are the two key takeaways for you in this video. And that's pretty much it. So no secret hack, no secret campaigns or media buying tweak or whatever you might expect. They don't have different type of product research. It's really about the little things done well at scale, right? And that's about it. So I hope that video helps, and see you on the next one.